Great oratory allows transparency. The truth should be told, not sold. So unlearn and relearn. Progress of Death, BCC Ministries, Pastor Johnson, Pastor whoever, Pastor Paparazzi, however you want to call it. I'm just talking, but the spirit came over me again. And then I wanted to talk about humanity and what I see, because I feel like human beings aren't ready for civilization or ready to be civilized, or we took a step back. I don't know the history of different times and when people was civilized or whatever, or what cultures or whatever, or if there's people now that's culture, but I'm talking about the culture that I'm in, be it Jamaica, New York City, United States. We're not ready to be civilized. I was observing an animal, my mother's dog, and I called it, I did a video on it, I called it Female Nature, a Bitch in Heat. Where the dog was in heat and all these men was coming around and attracted to the heat. So one of them ended up getting her pregnant. If you want to go see that video, and it was the person that I was surprised about, that I thought he was the last guy to get her pregnant, which is the dog she was always with, because he was so soft. So with that being said, when he got her pregnant and the babies came, I noticed he's been on the other side right here in the ball field, and the kids and the mothers over here. So I started asking myself, is this part of animal nature, or a dog per se? Because different animals may do different things when their young is born. But this dude I never seen him playing with the kids or hanging out with the kids or doing anything with the kids. He's just on his side, and she's over here feeding them and taking care of them. So I was saying to myself, I wonder if human beings by nature are like that too, where the father have this tendency to want to drift away and get away, you know, from the family. Although we are conditioned to think that the father wants to be there or should be there, or we're conditioned to think that the father should be there and take care of his babies. But I wonder if instinctively human beings are men in the human race are meant to drift away and from time to time and come back and forth. Because you see that even in the households, and even in down here in Jamaica, where the men, they get the women pregnant and they just seem to drift away, and they don't want that responsibility, and they kind of leave it on the woman to be the caretaker. So that's why my argument is, are we ready for civilization as a whole, not just particular groups or different people, boom, boom, boom. Because I know in every culture is a lot of foolery. So you can't sit there and put one culture down and say another person or another culture is better. It's just certain cultures are better economically. That's the difference, economically and discipline and business, and how to come up out of oppression and stuff like that. But as far as civilization, all of mankind is the same way. So I feel like we're not ready for civilization. We're not ready to uplift ourselves and take ourselves from that physical plane and get into that mental plane of where we're thinking with our head and not with our sexual organs, which of course the creator designed that, and that's part of the design. But in order to overcome that and to be civilized, you have to be disciplined in what the creator gave you, because I'm sure that if you want to be a civilized people, you have to move discipline and know how to control yourself. That's part of civilization, is control. And human nature don't have control right now. So human nature is at the bottom of the totem pole right now. I think we're one of the lowest animals on the earth. And we are animals because we're living here with everybody else. But in order for us to separate ourselves, we have to civilize ourselves. And we have not. So we are animals. Yes, we are animals. And until we learn how to be civilized and be in control and practice our disciplines, we will always be animals. And I feel like some animals are more disciplined than us on the damn planet. At least they know what they're doing, and they consistently do it, and they're not questioning themselves or judging themselves. We judge ourselves, we question ourselves, we hide ourselves from things that we do, and we're doing it. It doesn't make sense, man. We have to be who we are and figure out where we're gonna go with this, and learn how to be civilized, and learn how to treat each other, and learn who is who and what is what, and whose turn it it is to take over and run, because everybody have their time. Every culture have their time. Every race have their time. Of course, the black man was first. Of course, he was dominating first. But then the white power came and took over, and that era is almost over. So it's going to be another group that come. And we have to understand this. Each group have to understand who's going to take control and learn how to adapt to that, and within their own group, govern themselves and economically conduct themselves properly, and just stay alive. Because at the end of the day, that's the goal, is to stay alive. So we're not civilized as we think we are, and I don't see us being smarter or better than no damn animal, because the animals instinctively know what to do when certain things happen by nature. I'm talking about, okay? So that's just something that I wanted to drop, because I observed that in people, and I've been in certain places, and I notice it's the same everywhere, just different cultures, and some of them are more extreme than the other places. So, but as a whole, we're not civilized. We might have a phone in our hands and we're doing certain type of things, and we might think we're civilized because we go lay up in a bed and we do. Yeah, of course we're more advanced than animals, but an animal sleeping in the jungle on a bed of leaves is a bed to him. He has his shelter too. He viewed that as a luxury, and we don't. So it's what you view things as, and how you look at things. You might think that you're living a certain life because you're driving a car and you're doing this and boom, boom, boom. And the animal might look at this fool. He's degrading the planet by doing things like that, you know. So at the end of the day, degrading the plane. Let me say the plane. But at the end of the day, I feel like we need to work on certain things as humanity, and it starts from each individual. What do you feel is your flaw? What do you feel you lack? And just get on your grind, man. That's all I can say. Start looking at yourself and working on yourself, and try to civilize yourself as an individual, and then your circle and the people around you, ask and demand the same things from them. If they can't move up, they're only going to take you down. So carry on. Carry on.